Hi everyone, I'm Sam. Computers have gotten simpler. Everyone can use them. And this is great. But this explosion in use hasn't been accompanied by a widespread understanding of how computers actually work. Technology can seem mysterious. It can create unease, even mistrust. It's not surprising that we might feel unease or mistrust about things that we can't see or don't completely understand. I believe knowing more about how computers work, not just how to use them, is important for all of us to help shape our rapidly changing world. This doesn't necessarily mean learning how to code, which takes a sustained investment to keep up with ever-changing languages and tools and techniques. Instead, I think that we should seek everyday computational literacy, meaning an understanding of the principles upon which computers operate, how data can and can't be used, and being able to think programmatically or procedurally. Taking a first step towards this literacy is the goal of Duel, a new two-player iPad game that I created. Duel echoes classic two-player board games, in which black pieces battle white. Each piece consists of 4 segments. One player tries to change each segment to make complete black squares, the other complete white circles, connecting 4 in a row, column, or diagonal line to win. But there's a twist. They can't directly change these pieces. They have to think computationally and program them to change. Not with code, but with simple visual blocks like these. These condition pieces are used to target pieces by row, by column, or by matching a shape. For example, matching a row, a column, or a shape. To be more precise, players can use simple programmatic logic to combine 2 conditions. Here, targeting pieces that match both conditions. Or that match one or the other. To change pieces, players use actions. They can flip shapes, rotate them, or ultimately switch each segment in their quest to make completed black squares or circles. Where things get really interesting is in building sequences of up to 4 steps. This requires sequential thinking, anticipating how things will change. And this is key to programmatic thinking and to winning the game. In one turn, a lot can be achieved with a smart sequence. From here, our player can actually win the game with a diagonal line of circles. Let's see how. First, she rotates one piece, and then, anticipating how things will change at each step of the way, she switches the bottom left segment for these shapes, the top right for these, and the bottom right for these to win the game. So what do players learn in Duel? Take something as simple as getting a coffee. People think in terms of simple goals, and we expect people to interpret what we mean. Computers are different. They require explicit, unambiguous instructions. And this can be unfamiliar at first. But grasping this is a huge step into computational thinking and literacy. In the game, players have to work backwards from their goals and think about the steps necessary to achieve those goals. They also learn about 3 common structures found across programming languages: selection, sequence, and loops. When targeting pieces on the board, players are actually programming a selection. In each turn, they build a sequence, and this is computed one step at a time. And in each step, the program loops through the board, testing whether pieces should be selected, or performing an action. So why should we care about developing this as a literacy? It can help demystify technology, reducing possible anxiety, unease. It encourages systems thinking. Systems are all around us, making this useful beyond any particular discipline. It helps us think about problems from multiple perspectives, find connections between things, and consider causes, effects, feedback. It helps us imagine new uses for technology, more voices contributing meaningfully to the things that we choose to make, even if they're not writing code. And it can be a competitive advantage in the workplace at a time when even the most traditional businesses are in some ways becoming technology businesses. We can find new opportunities and we can communicate better with our more technical colleagues. Unless you can think about the ways computers can solve problems, you can't even know how to ask the questions that need to be answered. My ambitions with Duel are threefold. First, I hope people find it an enjoyable and challenging puzzle game. Second, that it's successful as a first step towards this type of everyday computational literacy. The game and Duel website explain the pragmatic principles involved and encourage players to continue along this journey. And lastly, for a few, I hope it provides a first step into coding itself. This means a lot to me personally. Less than 2 years ago, I was terrified of programming, but learning proved to be a revelation. Perhaps Duel could be my way of paying it forward. The game is available for free on the iPad App Store today. Visit playduel.com to find out more. Thank you.